Well, it's interesting that you connected the Black Lives Matter thing to that because I do think you're right. I think BLM really opened the door to what's
Uh,
possible, especially now after what happened. I definitely
yeah.
think it made it made certain people's eyes light up with the possibility of how much money they can make and very quickly. Without really having to do much. What do you got to do? Open up an LLC or something,
Mm-hmm.
and just claim that you're going to be working narrative consulting. You don't even have to design anything. You
You
just got to
don't.
come.
You don't.
You just got to claim that you're a narrative consulting company, that you're going to go consult for other companies that actually
Yeah.
do design stuff. So
Yeah. And I know firsthand that that's exactly what happened too, because like this was after I got canceled by Black Girl Gamers. I was starting to sort of like connect the dots and see that something is really off with the left. But since BLM was happening in 2020, I was getting hit up by a lot of gaming companies, or even the ones that I was partnered with. They wanted to use me specifically to push a social justice narrative
right.
because I'm black. And like I remember one time this one PC company reached out to me and they wrote me this whole thing about how we want to uplift and amplify black women and Black Lives Matter, yada yada yada. And I'm just like, I'm not really interested in that. Thank you very much. And then a couple of weeks, the same person who reached out to me was talking shit about me on social media. So it's like, hold on a second. So
No
you
way.
put this whole script together to use me as a black face for your social justice marketing. And the second you find out I'm not the right kind of black, you go online to run your mouth. Like,
Well,
what?
that's that's actually kind of funny because that is what is mainly the problem right now. That what is the right kind of, like, what does that mean? Right? Like you say that all the time. What
Yeah.
does that
What does it
mean?
mean? What does it
What
mean?
is that right kind of black, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't doubt that you got hit up by probably many companies. They wanted to utilize you for whatever little grift they wanted to do. And then, every 4 years people forget about BLM until it's convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it becomes a trend. It literally is a trend. If you look on Google Trends, you'll see BLM trend every 4 years.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
in terms of Black Girl Gamers, how long were you part of them?
I think maybe like 2 years. The numbers are very messed up for me because, like, when I tell you psychologically, I was in a really bad spot because of all of that. Like,
Okay,
I literally had built an empire on Twitch and I had all of these crazy scenes and special effects that I would do on my stream. I deleted everything. Like, I was just,
really?
I was so mentally checked out, and there were days where I would just go in my backyard, smoke weed all day and just be numb, and because I had no other way of coping with what I was experiencing, because it wasn't just random people online coming at me. These were people who watched me, who supported me. These are
Right.
people who I invited over my house. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know it
So
got that
so
now
it
now that
was,
explains a lot.
yeah, so that's why it was so like traumatic. So the timelines are all a blur to me, but I think it was like 2 years. I think that's a cool costume, by the way.
Thank you. I
Can you
appreciate
see
it.
through that?
I can see perfectly fine.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But they didn't get cat ears yet though.
All right, all right.
So the chat's slacking by I think like 80, but we'll get there. I have faith. I have faith.
Nice.
I didn't realize it was that personal. Wow, so they went to your house.
Yeah, not like to threaten me, but I
No, 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 I
invited
get it. I
these
get it.
people over. You know what I
Sure,
mean? Like
sure.
not all of them, but a lot of my audience, like I have some people that watch my YouTube now that used to follow me on Twitch, but it's like a very small percentage. For the most part, people stopped watching my content either because
Hmm.
they disagree with me or because they were pressured to stop supporting me. Because that's how
Okay.
these mobs work. It's like, oh, you still watch GOTHIX? Do you know what she said? Like, do you really want to? It's a freaking cult.
So out of curiosity, for the people, I mean, it's probably good. I don't know if it's going to be hard to put a number on it. For the people that you knew prior to the drama,
Hmm.
how many have actually stuck around like afterwards? Did any stick around? Anybody that from before that stuck around?
Um, I would probably say I probably have two or three really good friends. And I can call them friends. Definitely one of them. But like out of the bunch of people that I used to know, and this is part of the problem, is that I used to call everyone my friend. And now I realize it's like, no, you can't be throwing that term around, you know, especially when it's people that you meet online, even though they're other content creators and we're having a good back and forth, you really don't know someone. So I think yeah, overall, I think maybe like three, I would say.
Wow. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's incredible how, I mean, to be honest with you, that's life though. Like people would drop you on a dime. People you
Sure.
thought were friends, they're not your friends, and all it takes is one bad situation, and you know your friendship gets tested, and you realize they're not really they're not really your friends.
Yeah.
But you know when it comes to a social space like YouTube and Twitch, because I know you say you were predominantly Twitch. When it comes to stuff like that, I can only imagine because you know Twitch. I feel like Twitch. I don't want to put it like Twitch is more sociable, I guess, in the
I would agree
sense
with that.
that you know YouTube, you have your videos, right, and people comment on them, but it's not the same. It's not like what we're doing right now, where you have live streams, you got a live chat, people are active, and all. Like Twitch only really has that, right? Nobody really goes to Twitch for videos. I mean, I know they
Hmm.
have VODs and stuff, but it's more of a social platform.
Yeah.
Same with Kick and everything. So I really feel like once shit hits the fan, it can really change the entire aspect of your platform. You know,
Yeah.
like if and something like what you were experiencing. So you had said you something along the lines of you were part of Black Girl Gamers Twitch community or something like that. You were
Yeah, like I was on their Twitch team, which is why their thread that they wrote about me was hilariously stupid. But like
great response, by the way. I don't know if I said that, but I when I
thank
was
you.
reacting to your video, I was reading through because I like to be very, very open.
Yeah.
I don't make a martyr out of anybody. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
it's the same thing with Grums, what's happening with Grums right now, where they're
Hmm.
trying to call him a fraud because he made however XYZ amount of money, which was like a nothing burger. But I
Yeah.
still give people opportunities. Like, all right, you say you have something, let's read it. Let's see what you have. So with Black Girl Gamers, even though they're obviously ridiculous and retarded, I still was like, all right, they say they have something, let's read it. Let's see what it is. And then I'm reading through it. I'm like, you guys are just making everything that Gothic said literally come true. You realize that, right? Like every fucking thing that you have in this 33 post thread is just a literal, hey, by the way, Gothic is right, by the way. Like that's all,
Yeah.
that's what it's translating to. You know,
Yeah.
so I was like, wow, this is stupid, but I guess
Yeah.
okay.
I think what was more concerning was seeing people like, yes, the receipts. And I'm like,
Yeah,
where?
that's how I was. I was like, okay, you got receipts, let's do this. And then nothing, like absolutely nothing, you know. And I honestly, I didn't expect there to be anything because you've been straightforward. You were pretty honest about it from the start. You
Yeah.
know, I've seen multiple videos, I've seen different live streams, and it's the same exact story every time. Unlike
Mhm.
Black Girl Gamers, where their story changes every other post, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I thought it was a great response. But
Yeah.
anyway, continue.
Thanks, man. I don't even know what the question was. Sorry.
I honestly
I
forgot.
was like,
I'm not gonna
okay,
lie to
cool.
you.
Yeah.
uh, what else? Damn, what did I ask? Fuck, Jesus, I'm terrible. Professional YouTuber here. Well, I mean, listen. Ultimately, that conversation with Black Girl Gamers. What what do you why do you think they came out? One of the main things I want to ask, why do you think they came out with all of that? Do you feel like it's because they think they had to? You think they
Mhm.
were trying to just tear you down again or something? Like why come out with this now when you had already left ages ago? Is it because of the Gamergate 2.0 thing probably? Like what do
Mhm.
you think the reason?
Well, I think the reason that they went after me so hard was because, well, first of all, I threatened their product because they are selling a product and the product is
They are.
victimhood.
They are. Yep.
Okay. And I am someone who consumed that product, believed in the product, and then was like, actually, I don't need this.
Okay.
And, you know, that makes them look bad. But I think specifically the reason why they came out of the woodwork now, you know, despite the fact that I had been trying to get help from them a while ago, was because they had served those letters of like cease and desist, and I think they were doing that to intimidate these creators. And so here I come along, and I'm just like, hey, these people are full of crap. So it's sort of like it sort of makes their whole spiel look really bad, I think. So they're trying to do damage control is what I would assume.
Okay. But
Yeah.
my thing is my thing is they had already, like, you guys already did all this, right? I feel like you and Black Girl Gamers already did this once before, where you both were like, obviously you went your separate ways. You have your opinions about them, they have your opinions about you. I think you were both public about that, and then it kind of, I don't want to say it died off, but
Hmm.
I feel like it was revived specifically because of the Black Girl Gamer stuff. I mean, I'm sorry,
Hmm.
because of the Gamergate 2 stuff.
Yeah.
Because Black Girl Gamers interjected themselves into, nobody was talking about them,
Right.
right? They were talking about Sweet Baby Inc. They interjected themselves into the conversation. They tried to pull the whole Gamers Mad thing, and then what ended up happening is you made a response to that,
Hmm.
calling them full of shit, and that
Hmm.
just started this whole thing again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's really just it. Like I had forgot about them, like when I tell you I have gone through a healing process of my trauma, and I have forgiven, I have abandoned my bitterness. I don't hold any resentment towards these people, and I wasn't even thinking about them. And like I said, these people have me blocked, so I didn't even know that any of that stuff was going on until I saw people talking about Black Girl Gamers. I said, that's a little bit weird. That's such an odd community to bring up.
Right.
And so I had to do some sleuthing to see what people were talking about, because I'm blocked literally everywhere from these people. And I'm like,
Incognito mode.
I would, no. It's incognito mode. Okay. Get
Oh,
it right.
sorry. I'm sorry. Incognito mode. Okay, my bad. I forgot.
Yeah. So I saw what they were talking about, and I said, okay, honestly, I don't really care about the Gamergate thing. What I care about is you guys are pushing Marxism, and maybe you know it, maybe you don't, and I want to warn people about it, because that's really what I've been doing the last couple of years. Is after I got red pilled, and after I, had my various awakenings, I'm like, okay, there's a bigger picture, there's a bigger goal at play right here.
Sure.
And they're using people in these various industries to do it. And gaming is something that I'm familiar with. And I just feel like, in a way, there's a reason why I'm going full circle back to, well, I mean, they're my oppressors. I'm going back to my oppressors
Right,
to
right.
warn other people.